Come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. A lot going on. A lot going on that I want to talk about real quick in these boxing streets. So, tomorrow's the press conference for David Benavidez, David Morrell. I was listening to what Ness said on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to Ness and the Boxing Voice. I was listening to Ness and what Ness had to say about it. And Ness saying that it's not worth the pay-per-view. And I have to agree. Every fight don't be pay-per-view. Every single fight don't have to be pay-per-view unless you just don't have the financial backing. You don't have the you don't have the budget. So if you don't got the budget, then it makes sense. But it just simply don't make sense, man. Every single fight is pay-per-view. It's unnecessary, man. See, they're just simply not gonna send out my notifications at all, huh? Nasty work. They just simply ain't even gonna attempt to send out my notifications, huh? Amazing. So yeah, so I have a nest, man. Every fight don't have to be on pay-per-view. Every single fight don't have to be pay-per-view. It's just not necessary for every single fight to be on pay-per-view. That's not necessary. A very good fight, no doubt. It's an entertaining fight, no doubt. And it's a quality fight, no doubt. But does it have to be on pay-per-view? No, don't have to be on pay-per-view. Pay-per-view is unnecessary, especially at the price tag. I have to agree with Ness. You know what I mean? So with that said, I put unnecessary, truly unnecessary. And then you have this situation with Tank Davis, Artur Beterbiev, or Beterbiev, however you choose to pronounce it, calling out Jake Paul. Now, here's the thing. Are they calling out Jake Paul because of legacy? No. Why are they calling out Jake Paul? Because he represents money. He represents a payday. And this is what people complain about when it comes to Canelo and it comes to Tank. Complain and they say it's clout chasing. Right? Man, Holt. What's up, my brother Holt now? What up, nephew? I can't get 30 people in here, bro. That's insane. That's insane, bro. I can't get 30 people in here. 30 people? I can't get 30 people in this motherfucker? 30 people? Come on, man. Stay dangerous, boss. What's up, family? I can't get 30 people in here. Nasty word. Shit is amazing, man. WMS70 Deuce was good. Tank and Canelo have just as much leverage as Jake Paul. So why they calling out Jake Paul? Make it make sense. Make sense. No, they didn't got as much leverage as Jake Paul. Sean Evans, what's good? They don't have as much leverage as Jake Paul. If they had Jake Paul, they would get a deal with Netflix. And neither one of them got a deal with Netflix. He did his own deal with Netflix. He's an active boxer who also, at the same time being an active boxer, right, He's a promoter, and he's putting on real boxing matches under his own promotion company. Tank has a promotional company. Canelo doesn't have a promotional company. They're not putting on fights, and doing their own cards. They're not going out and seeking deals with no networks and streaming apps. They ain't doing none of that on their own. Not near one of them. That's the difference. The difference between Jake Paul and everybody else is he's not late. I'm going to call a spade a spade. Rafael 30 Deuce was good. I'm going to call a spade a spade. He's not sitting on his hands and waiting for everybody else to do it. He's doing it himself. He's carving out his own lane. And people are angry because he's now his own lane in a sport that people have been in for years on. That's just the truth of the matter. I'm just telling you the real. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. Do I like what he's doing with the sport? I don't have an issue with it. Do I like what took place with him and Mike Tyson? I don't like that. Seeing as though now he did put money in Mike Tyson's pockets and Mike Tyson agreed to it. So how can I complain? Right? I mean, what can I do? Mike Tyson agreed to it. And Mike Tyson's team knew he was sick and they agreed to it. They let him be exploited. He let himself be exploited for that bag and didn't care about his legacy or his health. Since as a grown man with kids, he's a grandfather. Chief Wildfire, what's good? But again, Mike Tyson is healthy. He's in his right mind, and he allowed his name and his stardom to be exploited for a bag. His team allowed that to happen. His family allowed that to happen. Just me and Eve, what's good? So if they allowed this to happen, and they got $20 million to do it, care about his legacy or his brand, and he didn't get hurt, then no problem. What's the problem? I mean, Muhammad Ali, think about this. Muhammad Ali was a legend. He came back and he fought Spinks and he fought Larry Holmes because he needed the money. And he took punishment that had long-term effects on his health. Why don't we have an issue with that? Because Larry Holmes was an actual fighter and Spinks was an actual fighter. Muhammad Ali did it because he needed the money. And he took punishment and beatings that he should not have taken. There's no difference. No, actually, there's a major difference. Mike didn't take no punishment. Mike got 20 million. Think about that. Think about that. Now, another thing is, like I said, you got Beterbiev, Tank Davis. These people are calling out Jake. The guy I give a pass to, and calling out Jake Paul is Andre Ward. Been retired for almost 8 years. Andre Ward is 40 age. He's a commentator. He's had injuries. He's been retired for going on 8 years. He's not an active fighter. Marvelous Tracks was good. He's not an active fighter, so I have an issue with Andre Ward pursuing that fight with Jake Paul. Actually, I think that that's the perfect fight for Jake Paul. But when you look at all these other fighters calling out Jake Paul, Artur Beterbiev, why are you calling out Jake Paul? You should be focused on Dave Benavidez, Dave Morrell winner. You active fighter. A active fighter. Yes, he's 40, but he's an active fighter that just became undisputed in his weight class. You're an active fighter. Tank Davis responding to Jake Paul and knock Jake Paul out, so on and so forth. Bro, why are you concerned with Jake Paul instead of Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson? publicly and tell them that you're going to knock them out and actually make the fight to knock them out. Because like Jake Paul, you have the ability, because you have GTD Promotions. Artur Beterbiev can create his own promotional company. Canelo can create his own company. And they can make these fights the same way that Jake Paul is making fights. He's going out and he's doing the legwork to actually make these fights happen. He has a great team, marketing team behind him. And they're actually going out and making deals and making fights happen. Don't get it twisted. Him versus Mike Tyson was an event, a spectacle. But again, he's a novice. He's no different than if I name you your top 5 favorite fighters and give you their 10, 12 first fights. You don't know who those dudes are. You want to go to the videotape? I'll give you the videotape. The difference is Jake Paul is fighting people you know who are, and you harping on their accomplishments or their age, but you don't know who the first 10. Let's look at Canelo Alvarez, the first 10 people Canelo Alvarez fought in his career. There's 10 to 12 people Canelo Alvarez has fought in his career, right? Mello, what's up? The first had Abraham Gonzalez. Dude had one fight, and it was a loss. He was 0, 1, and 0. What qualifies him more than the guys Jake Paul is fighting? What qualifies Gonzalez more than Nate Robinson? Because you know Nate Robinson was a basketball player? You know what Abraham Gonzalez did for a living? Pablo Alvarado, 0, 1, and 0. Another guy that had one fight as a professional and had a loss and was knocked out. Right? The third guy Canelo Alvarez fought, Miguel Vasquez, was making his debut in boxing. So what's the difference between Miguel Vasquez and Nate Robinson or Anderson Silva or Tyron Woodley? The difference is we know they're actually athletes that competed at a high level. You don't know what Miguel Vasquez did for a living. Boxing narrative, give me a second. You can ask whatever you want. His fourth fight as a professional, Pedro Lopez. This dude, again, one fight. So Canelo Alvarez, in fourth fight as a professional, he fought 4 guys that had a combined record of 2 losses and 1 draw. His first 4 fights as a professional, he fought 4 guys that had a combined record of 2 losses and 1 draw. Boston averages, I don't have the link. I'm on my phone. Cornelius Jenkins. His 5th fight, he fought Jorge Juarez, who had 9 fights, 3 wins, 6 losses. And guess what Canelo did? The first time he fought a guy with the minor experience, the 5th fight of his career, he fought a guy that actually had 9 fights. Guess what happened? Light skin business was good. Guess what happened? He had a draw. Let me say it again. The first time Canelo Alvarez, Most Lord, what's up? The first time Canelo Alvarez, in his first 5 fights, fought a guy that had actual boxing experience, he didn't even win the fight. He had a draw. And the guy had a losing record, wins and 6 losses. Because Ryan Garcia is dealing in politics and exhibition bout. It's not a real fight. So then he fought Juan Hernandez in his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight as a professional. Juan Hernandez had a total of 4 fights and was 2 wins and 2 losses. In his 6th fight as a professional, guess what Canelo Alvarez did? He regressed. He fought a guy that had 1 fight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In Canelo Alvarez's 7th as a professional, he fought Cali World Peace West Queen. He fought a guy that had 1 professional boxing match, and it was a loss. 0 and 0. Zero, 1, and 0. In his 8th fight, Armani Vis, what's up? In a fight as a professional. Now, the first guy he fought with the most experience, he had a draw. He didn't even win the fight. In his A fight as a professional, he fought a guy in Francisco Villanueva, 4 wins and 5 losses. 4 wins and 5 losses. Then in his 9th fight, now get this, in Canelo Alvarez, 9th fight as a professional, he regret again. He fought Daniel Martinez. This dude had 1 professional fight. He was 0 wins, 1 loss, and 0 draws. Next level coach, what's up? Dude had 1 fight. In his 10th fight, as a professional, Canelo Alvarez fought Javier Martinez, who never boxed a day in his life, was making his debut. He was making his debut. In his 10th fight, he fought a guy that had 9 fights, and he went to a draw. 3 wins. Everything else after that, he fought guys that was making their debut or had the max of 4 fights. In his 10th fight, he fought a guy that never boxed in a day in his life as a professional. So what's the difference? Canelo Alvarez's first 10 fights and Jake Paul's first 10 fights. St. Cyr, what's nothing. The difference is Jake Paul is a high-profile person, and Jake Paul is fighters that you know who they are. Because he's fighting Tyron Woodley, who is a Hall of Famer in his respective combat sport. So he's a combat athlete that can defend himself. He may not be a professional boxer, but neither is Javier Martinez. Neither is Miguel Vasquez. These guys never boxed a day in their life. Okay? He fought Anderson Silva. So he's fighting people as a novice, like novices, their first 10 to 25. You know who these guys were. They could have been workers at Target. They could have been sanitation drivers. They could have been firefighters. They could have been police officers. You don't know what they did in their walk of life. They could have been winos on the corner for all you know. And nobody complained about their first 10 fights because you didn't pay attention because they wasn't celebrities already. They wasn't celebrities already. That's the difference. That's the difference. Now I just gave you Canelo Alvarez's resume, his first 10 fights. What's the difference? This is because you start off your career in the amateurs as a boxer, and it's expected that you fight in boxers, you don't care. Jay Grant Jr., what's up? About chasing Jake Paul. It's the truth. See, when Keyshawn Davis called out Tank Davis, everybody said he was clout chasing. Tank Davis fights in his division. Tank Davis is a champ division. Tank Davis is around his age. And Keyshawn is a title contender. And people said that Keyshawn Davis was clout chasing. Shannon O'Donnell, what's up? But Tank Davis just called out Jake Paul, who's a heavyweight, who only has 10 fights. Now, y'all complained about Keyshawn, right? Ain't that Kenny every day is talking about Keyshawn? Keyshawn got 11, 12 fights, and y'all complaining. Jake Paul only got 12 fights. Why is he mentioning Jake Paul at all? Jake Paul don't fight in his division. So isn't that clout chasing at the highest level? You calling out a guy who's a YouTuber who only has 12 fights and fights at Isn't that clout chasing at an all-time high? Rich Porter, what's up? Sylvester Simon, 2011, what's up? David, what's up? Guillermo Maldonado, what's up? Artur Beterbiev comes out the woodwork and calls out Jake Paul? Huh? Big Herm, what's up, family? Now, where's all the people that said Keyshawn was clout chasing? Keyshawn called out a dude in his division, and y'all said he was clout chasing. Tank calling out a heavyweight who's a YouTuber with 11 fights, and that's not clout chasing? Because y'all said Keyshawn was clout chasing because Tank's status is higher than his. Well, Jake Paul's status is higher than Tank's. So is that clout chasing? Hey, Abamah, what's up? Sylvester Simon, 2011, what's up? Who's money man? Jake Paul. He just made $40 million and did a deal with Netflix on his own. He's not waiting for nobody else. He did it on his own with his own team. And he put on major cards. This is what boss moves. He's doing what everybody's supposed to be doing as professional fighters. He made Katie Taylor Serrano Part 2. He put Mario Barrios on his card. Mario Barrios and Abel Ramos are with PBC. Shushu Carrington is ranked. Katie Taylor's with Matchroom. He had a PBC fighter, a top-ranked fighter, a Matchroom fighter, all on his command, promoted by him. And he didn't take their low-budget fighters. He had big deals. Bruce Carrington and Katie Taylor on his card. And had Mario Barrios' first title defense on his card. Press conference tomorrow. Make it make sense. On his card. And guess what is the promotional company? MVP Promotions, Jake Paul Promotional Company. Callie Earl, she said boxing is starting. Oh, it's been started to become that for me, Queen. Lee Machini, what's up? He said a carefully constructed trash show. Why is it trash show? What was trash about the card? There was nothing trash about that card. Nothing. There was nothing trash about that card. What was trash about the card? The production? No. The fights? No. What was trash about the card? No. King Vonnie 86, what's up? Think about that. Blue, if Bam beats Junto, do you think will be the number one for them? No. No. Good fighter. Great fighter. One pound for pound? No. No. We gotta chill out with that. So what was trash about the card? Nothing. Can you explain why? Explain what? That's it. Man, there's refs in a whole lot of fights that's trash. There's judges in a whole lot of fights that's trash. In regular fights. So we like to point out, and I'm not saying you per se, but we like to point out the minute things and highlight them. That's what we like to do. Do I think Boots could sell out in Vegas? I don't know. With the right dance partner, yeah. But I just don't think that they're marketing him very well. I don't think that they're marketing Boots very well. He's not being showcased everywhere he should be. I just don't think that they're doing enough marketing when a lot more marketing they could do with him. I don't think they're doing enough. I have Boots. He's young, man. But can Boots sell? Boots is the goods. I believe he's the goods. I believe Jerron Boots Ennis is the goods. I think the last fight was a learning experience for him. I think he'll right the wrongs, and that's why I want to see him in more interesting fights because I think the adjustment. But until we able to get him in the bigger fights, we ain't never gonna know. He ain't never gonna know. He got to be able to garner the experience, and he's not getting the experience. You know what I'm saying? So until he's in that position, how are we ever gonna know? We're not. If beats Junto and Inoue, he'd be up there, not number one. Not as long as Terrence Crawford is still active. You feel me? These boxers want to be big names and be reserved and secret personalities at the same time. I don't work. Yeah, exactly. They don't want to put the footwork in. I mean, listen, I don't like what happened to Tyson, right? But He allowed himself and his family and his team allow him to be. They took that money, man. They shouldn't have took the money. They knew he wasn't healthy. They still allow it to happen. You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna spend the money happy. Give me $20 million. You know what I'm saying? Man, Mike Tyson set up his young generation with $20 million extra. Come on. We can't complain about that. He allowed his name and his brand and his status to be exploited. He allowed his name. Mike Tyson is well aware of what's going on. You understand? I can understand that Mike Tyson not in his right bearings, right? But Mike Tyson is well aware of what's going on around him. Enzo 88, what's up? He's able to make decisions. You understand? And Tyson allowed his name to be exploited. He allowed his brand to be exploited. He allowed that to happen. You feel me? He allowed his name and his brand to be exploited for $20 million and some. So, and his family allowed him. Do I think Keyshawn beats Tank? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Can he Tank? Absolutely. Will he beat Tank? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He's very talented, though. I'll say that. Very hot, very indigenous person. What's up? Keyshawn is very, very talented, and he has the ability to beat Tank. Does he have the experience? I don't know. Okay, Yoga, what's good? Mike went for the bag. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's but he was sick, and you understand. But at that age, he wanted to get the bag, and they gave him the bag. Yeah, he exploited his name, he exploited his status, his celebrity, he exploited his legacy, and he allowed it to be exploited. Can you feel me? He allowed them to exploit his name, exploit his brand and all that for their gain. And he got something out of it. The sad part is the sport is in a state where this can be allowed. You feel me? If boxing was in a better place, it wouldn't have been allowed. But boxing's not in a better place. So therefore, this can happen. Keyshawn can beat Tank. I don't know if he will beat Tank, but he can. They know Tank knows he could beat him. That's why he ain't mentioning his name. They're not eager to get in the ring. I mean, y'all got to see the writing on the wall, man. We can't be here just censoring everything, pretending and acting like we don't understand because it's your favorite fighter. Man, the truth got to be told. You understand? Listen, man. They see something, they know something. If they didn't, they would just quickly make the fight. They'll tell you everything. This dude don't sell. This guy, man, come on. Just did 10,600 fans in Virginia. He did a $1.2 million gate. When has Lamont Roach even come close to doing that on his own, headlining anything? When? Like, come on, man. Stop the nonsense. When are we going to stop the nonsense? When are we going to keep it 100? When is Lamont Roach, Maya Egypt, Peace of Blessed Queen, Roach come close to even doing anything remotely close to that? Headlining his own card. When? When? Ain't nobody talking about Lamont Roach they talking about Kenny over there talking about, and Lamont Roach, Keyshawn, he need to run it back with Andy Cruz. He need to fight Andy Cruz. Well, why you fight Lamont Roach? Don't he got to run it back with Jamel Herring? He got a loss and a draw as a professional. Ali family. Yeah, I don't mind going over there. When you tell the truth, you can tell the truth wherever you go. I stand on my square wherever I go. I don't care. The truth is the truth. They emotionally invested. I'm not. I'm invested in a sport. They invested in a fighter. There's two different things. I give you guys examples all the time. I give you another example. My wife, now she happens to be able to cook. My wife can cook. She cleans. She works. She got her own businesses, so on and so forth. But hypothetically speaking, I have multiple children with my wife. A lot of children with my wife. We have a household. We have vehicles. We invested, right? She's my wife on top of it, right? My wife is my wife. That's my investment, right? She is my partner, right? Not nobody else's. So, am I going to trash her cooking? No. Am I going to trash her cleaning? No. Right? I'm going to tell her if I don't like something or do like something, whatever. Now, somebody from the outside looking in, they don't have a dog in the race. Me, I'm invested in my wife. That's my life partner, right? Somebody outside not invested. So somebody else, so outside come into my house like, hey man, your wife, man, she put too much seasoning, or she don't put enough seasoning, or whatever the case may be, right? I'm gonna argue with them because I'm emotionally invested in her. That's my investment. Me and her are invested. They're not invested in my wife. I'm invested with my wife. You follow me? That's my investment. Right? So that's my personal relationship. Nobody else's. So therefore, offer you everything. What's up? What you say from the out, you going to just call a spade a spade. You might be like, bro, she can't cook. I'm be like, bro, nah. Yes, she can. Yeah. And that person could be like, to you, she could, because that's your wife. You got to say that, or you emotionally invested. I don't have to say that. I live with her. I ain't got no kids with her. I ain't got to do nothing with her. You understand the difference? So I'm going to defend my wife tooth and nail. You going to be like, bro, it is what it is. I don't like her chicken. You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference between me and everybody else. I'm invested in a sport. That's the difference. So therefore, people going to tell you what they want to tell you. But the truth is always going to remain. Can't hide the truth. Period. The truth is just the truth. It's just that, the truth. You can't dispute it because you're emotionally invested. Facts over feelings. Like I said, Artur Beterbiev, he don't call out nobody. He don't mention nobody's name. Now all of a sudden, Artur Beterbiev calling out. Now he calling out Jake Paul on social media. Man, come on, man. Why you calling out Jake Paul, bro? Because you want the bag. You want the bag. You clout chasing. Fly frequency, what's up? There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. And people don't want to tell you the truth, man. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to keep it 100. That's something people don't want to do on this social media these days. They ain't trying to keep it 100 with you. Me, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I ain't trying to push no false narratives on you. None of that nonsense. Dream Deuce, what's up? I mean, Jake Paul possibly could be injured. Interesting. You know, the thing is, at the end of the day, like I said, right, is that I don't see nobody making videos and I don't see nobody in chat that Tank was clout chasing. But when Keyshawn did it, it was considered clout chasing. How? How? Where are these same fans that was saying that Keyshawn was clout chasing? Now that suddenly they quiet again. Right? Or they gonna act like band up, what up, nephew? Or they gonna act like they didn't see it, they didn't hear it, and they're not aware of it. Or they gonna tell you that, you know, it wasn't he was only joking. Yee Huncho, what's up? Oh, nephew, I appreciate you, man. That must mean I'm gonna live a long time. You know what I'm saying? Or they gonna tell you, oh, he ain't mean it. He was joking. These are the things that we deal with. This is what we deal with. He wasn't. I don't care if he was serious or not. Why he mentioned that man's name unnecessarily? Yee Huncho word on Boots Ortiz. Boots sent a offer to Stanionis. They're trying to make the unification. I guess that'd be the fallback plan. Yeah, yeah, nephew. It's nasty work, bro. It's nasty, bro. It's nastier work than my 49ers. Trash. Niners straight trash. Niners are trash. Well, let me get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna come through tomorrow. Much love to y'all, man. Let me get on out of here, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. It's your boy Blue signing off. I see y'all tomorrow, man, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know who we fight. Trey and I dream. Think about it. Did you even see or fathom him fighting Lamont Roach? No. Let that sink in. I'm pretty sure you couldn't even fathom that. D-Boy Dad, what's up, family? You couldn't even fathom him fighting Lamont Roach. That could have been the furthest thing, right? Yet it became a possibility. So at this point in time, I don't know who you fighting. Just like Canelo fighting got out of nowhere. Just nasty work, bro. But I appreciate y'all, man, coming through. I see y'all tomorrow. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace. Claymore Rain, what's up, family? Salute to my brother, my co-host. What's goody? What's goody, Clay? Man, I had a long night, man. Long night, man. I'm still tired, man. I'm a little discombobulated right now. My brain is foggy. I'm tired, man. Last night, I was in Pittsburgh. Clay, man, I was in Pittsburgh with my son. My son's birthday. I took him to the Steelers Ravens game, right? Right, Clay? And my son got bad asthma. And this is my son. Remember I told y'all that at one point in time, he was top 3 best football players in the tri-state area for about 3 years. He's a Steeler fan, and he likes Derrick Henry. So I took him there. First of all, I booked my flights, right, Clay? And then they started telling us that the flight is going to have layovers or there's going to be delays. And the flights was going to be 9 hours. Bro, to go to Pittsburgh from New York, it's an hour and a half flight. Now it's going to turn into 9 hours. I'm like, bro, with layovers. So I'm like, nah, that time. I'll drive. The drive from New York to Pittsburgh is 6 hours. Depending upon what time you leave, right? It'd be 6 to 7 hours. So I'm like, all right, we'll drive. At least driving, I could stop when I want. We could eat what we want. We could do what we want. You know what I'm saying? We could sightsee, so on and so forth. So I drove. And my son is a big Derrick Henry fan, running back and safety. But he's a Steelers fan. So he was able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? And we got there. I dressed warm because the weather was supposed to be like 60. And you know, Pittsburgh Stadium water. So it's always like you get that wind off the water, right? But it was kind of warm. We dressed warm and we was kicking it. And then we wasn't supposed to drive back till tonight. So meaning we was going to come back tomorrow. And last night, the game was over. We were supposed to go hang out, go to dinner, go to sports bar, watch the Niners. We're going to kick it in Pittsburgh. And he was like, nah, I'm going to stay in the room. I'm tired. I'm like, huh? Like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to chill in the room. So I'm like, bro, that beats the purpose. I'm here because, you understand? Like, it's your birthday. Long story short, he go in the room, so I'm like, whatever, man. He stayed in the room the whole night. Like, the game was over, like, 4. We supposed to go eat, kick it. I watched the Niner game in the hotel lobby because he was still in the room. So then I went back to the room. He was in there chilling. So as time got elapsed, more and more time elapsed. Yeah, Clay. So more and more time elapsed. I told my wife, I'm like, yo, you know what? He ain't trying to do nothing. He ain't trying to leave. He ain't trying to do nothing. So I might as well go back home. Mind you, we drove, so I could leave when I want. So I'm like, yo, you want to go back home early in the morning? He was like, get breakfast early in the morning. Let's go to Cracker Barrel or something early in the morning. Get breakfast, and then just hit the road. I said, cool. I said, you know what? Let's leave around 6:30 in the morning. That way, get home, get to the office, do the stream in the office around the regular time. So he was like, all right, cool. So I told him I'm gonna take a shower. She was like, y'all come back early, that early? Because she didn't expect us to come back till Tuesday morning. So I said, he ready to come back, and I'm here for him, so it ain't no point. It's just me and him. My other kids didn't come. It's just me and him. So I'm like, all right, we'll just do it that way. So I'm talking to my wife on and off, kicking it on the shower. I'm like, you know what? Let me try to go to bed because I have a hard time falling asleep, and I'm a very, 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 very light sleeper. So the slightest thing wake me up, and then I can't go back to sleep. So I said, let me try to get into bed by like 11. That I could hopefully be asleep by 11:45. Get up at like 6:30 and get in and be on the road. So I was like, you know what? I told him, I said, let's take all our luggage. Let's pack up the whole luggage. Let's pack up everything. Pack up your luggage, pack up everything but your toothbrush, mouthwash, and toothpaste. Let's take showers right now, tonight. That's the only thing we got to bring. So he like, all right. I said, listen, pack up everything. Let's put it in the car. So when we get up in the morning, we take a bird bath because we already took a shower, brush our teeth. You know what I'm saying? Then we out. We jump right in the car. So it ain't going to take, we ain't got to carry nothing car. We ain't got to pack nothing. Everything is in the car. It's already packed. All we got to do is get in the car and peel. So he said, all right. So I said, let's go, because I drove the truck. So I said, let's go get gas so I don't got to make another stop. We could put everything in the truck, go get gas. It's full up, everything packed. All we got to do is get up, brush out of here. He said, bet. Bro, I went in the shower. No, we took everything, put everything in the truck, went back in the room. I'm like, oh, man. I meant to go gas the truck up because I had a half a tank. But I took the train in Pittsburgh, the hotel to the stadium and back. So I didn't drive to the stadium, so I didn't have to park. So I said, I'm like, damn. I said, bro, I forgot to put gas in the truck. Now we're going to have to stop at the gas station in the morning. So he like, whatever. I go in the shower. I come back out. I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, she going to bed. All right. I go in the shower, come back out. He laying on the floor. Literally. So I'm like, bro, what is you doing? Mind you, he's 17. He literally laying on the floor. So I'm like, bro, what is you doing? He's like, yo, I can't breathe. I'm like, you can't breathe? Now I know my wife had been giving him, she makes like ginger shots, and he's had his whole life. You know what I mean? So so he like, I'm like, I knew I'm like, bro, you can't breathe. He like, nah. So I'm like, what you mean? Yeah. So yeah, Clay. So I'm like, what you mean? So he like, yo, I can't breathe, my chest tight. So I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, you got your asthma pump? Bro, Clay. I'm like, you got your asthma pump? He like, it's empty. Diabolical. I'm like, huh? He like, it's empty, yo. He's shaking it. Yo, Pop, it's empty. I'm like, bro, what you mean? I'm like, you bring your nebulizer treatment? Because he has a machine. He got the machine and all that. Do you brought your machine? Nah. So I'm like, bro. I'm super, and you know when you let the day exactly. Exactly, Clay. So you know once you start to wind down and take a shower, you feel like super mellow. So I'm like, bro, what? He like, nah. So I'm like, bro, you think you could just sleep it off? So he had brought dots and stuff that my wife had packed for him. So he's like, I'm gonna take a ginger shot, put some Vicks on, go to sleep. So you sure? He like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, now I know I'm not gonna be able to sleep because he ain't healthy right now. Then he talking about, yo, I'm gonna sleep in the chair, sitting up. So I'm like, you gonna sleep sitting up in the chair? He like, yeah. I'm like, bro, you wanna go to the doctor, to the hospital? We in Pittsburgh, bro. I don't know no hospitals or nothing. Exactly, Clay. Exactly. So I'm like, bro, I don't know no hospitals or nothing. He like, some bro. So he's like, I'm gonna just sit chair. So I'm like, try to put everything, all the pillows against, because we had two king size beds. We shared the room, and we had two king size, separate king size beds. So his bed had, each bed had 7 pillows they gave us. It was three, three, and one in the middle. So I said, put all the pillows behind you, put your head against the back, and try to sleep like that. He like, all right, all right. He leans back. Then he like, nah, I'm wheezing even worse. So I said, what you want to do? You know, Kid the Great, what's up, family? He like, yo, I'm like, you want to go to the hospital? He like, nah, hell no, not out here. Because we don't know. Art Stokes, what's good? So I'm like, what you want to do? I'm like, you want to go back home? Because I know he got his treatments and everything at home. You want home? He like, yeah, if you don't, if you could do it. I'm like, bruh. So Clay, I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, let me put it in my GPS. See how long it's going to. Man, that shit said 7 hours and 11 minutes. I was like, so I was like, bro, not the hospital? Nah. So I'm like, all right. Mind you, I ain't sleep now. And the night before, I just drove there. I ain't really sleep that night. I'm burnt, bro. Super burnt. So I'm like, bro, all right, man. We was already packed up. I jumped in the car. CJ, what's up? We jumped in the car. Yes, yeah, Clay. I was like, bro, Clay, 7 hours. I'm looking. That joint said we're gonna get home at 8 in the morning. I'm like, bro, it's already like 12 at night now. Crunch time 9-1. Calico Streets, what's good? So I was like, bro, I'm like, whatever, man. I ain't even tell my wife we was coming home or nothing. I'm like, let's just call. We was best thing we was already packed. He ain't have to pack nothing. We just got in the car. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna blast the music, bro, because I can't. I'm tired. I don't want to fall asleep. And you know, coming from Pittsburgh, I don't know if any of y'all ever drove like New York to Pittsburgh. I know Clay have. Bro, it's all types of mountains, two one-way roads and hills and filthy dark, nasty work. It's diabolical. It's so dark. All types of curves and turns. I'm like, I'm like, I'm gonna turn the. I'm gonna. You ain't like it, Cali? I like it out there. So I was like, bro, I'm turning the music up, bro, because I don't want to. So he like, all right, whatever. I don't care. Just get me to the crib. I'm like, all right, bro. I had the music blasting. I had the R&B going. He dozed off, bro. He dozed off not even into the ride because I know he was tired because his lungs is tired. I was like, bro, and I've been on my diet, Clay. Yeah, exactly, Clay. Clay, I've been on my diet heavy. I went to the store. I ain't even gonna hold you. I went and got 2 Snicker bars, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and a gallon of water. I ain't even gonna hold you, cause I wanted to get watermelon and strawberry stuff like that. They ain't had none of that, cause it was already in Pittsburgh. It was already 12:30 at night. Exactly, it looked like a roller coaster. Man, Clay, yo, Clay, I straight violated. 2 Snicker bars of peanut butter and jelly. You know the ones that the edges already cut off, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, bro. With the no crust, whatever them joints is, the round joints. Them 2 Snickers and a gallon of water, Clay. Jumped in the truck, filled up the gas tank, gone. Clay, no remorse. I banged them Snickers out. I ate both of them joints back to back, cause I ain't eat I ain't eat any of my diet in a minute. I banged them joints out back to back, bang bang. Drank a half a gallon of water driving. Had the music going like I was in the club. K. Ross, you know the Uncrustables, yeah, bro. I had the music like I was in the club, just boom, boom, driving, bro. Clay, I got back. Oh, what's up? I got back at 6:20. Yo, Clay, he went to sleep, but I got nervous. Every time he was asleep, I kept nudging him, bro. I know he got tight. At one point, he was like, because I'm like, bro, you good? You good? Like, I kept nudging him. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, Pop, I'm good. I'm like, bro, I can hear you breathing crazy. And I'm saying, I'm nervous. Like, bro, I don't want him to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Clay, I got back home at 6:20, 6:22 to be exact. Bro, I did nothing under the lowest I did the entire way was like 84. And that was because I got to Jersey on the 80 East. I got on the 80s in Jersey, and you know that morning traffic, you know, people started waking up. Yeah, Clay, it's cool. So Clay, you know that morning, Monday morning, five o'clock in the morning, traffic started to me in Jersey. Then it hit. It hit. Yeah, that traffic hit. By the time I got to the G Dub, the traffic started hitting, but I wiggled right through the G Dub. I was on the shoulder. I was all types of illegal yesterday. Man, I was on the shoulder. I beat the sun. When I got to my house, the sanitation workers was taking my garbage. Legit. And they come at like 6:15. Legit. What? I was going to work out there. But listen, man, I see y'all tomorrow, man. Me and my brother Clay will be back on tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'll go get me some rest, man, because I ain't sleep. And then, you know, once you get in the house, my wife was like, when I walked in the room, yeah, he got it ASAP, Clay. He got it ASAP. He good now. Well, he's better. Yo, I was in my room. My wife looked up. Her alarm clock went off as I was taking my clothes off. She looked up like, she's like, what you doing here? I'm like, yo, the boy got sick. She's like, what? She couldn't even open her eyes. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yo, you ain't even tell me this and this. I'm like, man, what you gonna do? Worry? Only thing you gonna do? Or say go to the hospital? So, but I see y'all tomorrow, man. Me and my brother Clay will be on 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, starting up. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone.